Hey everybody, welcome back to the Cabral Concept here with our Cabral HouseCalls, the weekend edition of the show. Thanks as always for being a part of this community. I truly appreciate you. I'm on the road right now, so if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're part of our YouTube-based community, I appreciate you. I thank you. Subscribe, tune in for daily shows. You'll also see that the background's just a little bit different here today. I'm on the road. It is a new series that I'm doing of actually interviews with top experts and professionals from all around the world, really regardless of subject matter, understanding how they live their daily life, the expert secrets, and I would say action plans that they can share with you, and of course, what they do for their own health and wellness. Stay tuned for that, debuting in just a couple of weeks. And like I said, there's not going to be a specific schedule. It's going to be hopefully once a week to, I would say, every other week. And it's curious conversations that I'm having with some of the best experts in the world. And right now I am in St. Pete's, Florida. I can't give away yet who the guest will be, but I'll be meeting with them tomorrow morning. But the podcast always goes on. The Cabral Concept will be here for you every single day. So I'm recording here in my hotel room, but without further ado, I want to dive right into today's show. I'm just opening up the Cabral Concept and House Calls document. My team does such a great job putting this together. Let's dive in. All things wellness, weight loss, weight gain, anti-aging, and everything in between. All right, first question is from Laura. Laura writes in, "Hi, Dr. C. Hope you and your family are well. I saw some recipes for date seed coffee. Is it healthy to grind date seeds and make coffee out of them? Secondly, I was checking out your resources and haven't found what you recommend for baking powder. What are the acceptable ingredients? Which ones to watch out for? Are there any ingredients to make a gluten-free flour? They usually," that was my Boston accent right there coming out, "they usually contain xanthan gum and tapioca starch or flour. Is cassava flour okay? What else? It'd be so helpful for a list of foods and ingredients that are okay, not okay. Thank you for being such an amazing encyclopedia of information. You are an amazing soul." Thank you, Laura. Appreciate that. I don't know if it was you, but someone wrote in just literally like a week or two ago, and they asked about baking powder. So maybe it's a popular topic. Let's answer that one first. Okay, so I like to use as clean of ingredients as possible, and then I kind of set it and forget it, which means my wife and I, we look for the cleanest products, and then we keep using that product until maybe a better product comes along. So unfortunately with baking powder, but this is also where I want to reach out to the community. So if you listen to the podcast, great. Comment either on YouTube or comment on Instagram. Let us know what is the cleanest variation of a baking powder that you found. The cleanest one that I found is the one by Rumford's right now, the red container. It is aluminum free. Really important with baking powder, not baking soda, but baking powder, that it's aluminum free. Okay, because baking soda doesn't have the same. But baking powder always seems to come with a starch and then a calcium phosphate. I'm not as worried about the calcium phosphate, to be honest with you. I'm concerned about the cornstarch, but the Rumford's uses a non-GMO corn, so I know it's not GMO. That's why I use Rumford's. All the other ones I found, let's say Bob's Red Mill makes one as well, so you can look at theirs. But there's one by Hanes, and they use potato starch, but I don't know that it said non-GMO. And so for me, I'm always looking at what's the cleanest product that I can find. Now, also, I should say with baking powder, we're using such a small amount. Maybe it's 1 teaspoon. Maybe, well, I shouldn't say that. It's 2 teaspoons in the recipe I have for gluten-free and dairy-free waffles and pancakes that I put on my website and social media many, many times. So, okay, that's the answer to that one. Cleanest one I found right now is Rumford's. And then date seed coffee I've not heard about before, but I wouldn't be against that. I mean, date seeds are super high in antioxidants. As long as there's no upper limit toxicity level of using date seeds, I wouldn't have an issue with them. As long as you don't have a lot of let's say lectin or seed-based issues, don't see an issue with it. I would certainly try it myself. Again, I don't do research on the Cabral HouseCalls. I give you my honest opinion, and especially, just trying to look back 25 years as well, being in the industry. So I'd be open to that. Like, without a doubt, I would certainly try a cup myself. So interesting, and I'll have to check it out. Of course, there's no caffeine, and so you're not going to get your caffeinated coffee fix, but certainly another alternative to maybe a chicory root or dandelion blend. Okay, so let's see what else. Now, gluten-free flour. My wife and I are pretty simple with this. I'm very simple with this. So I'll cook more with gluten-free or bake more with gluten-free flour, and I prefer oat flour. That's what I use. So I'm pretty boring like that because I don't want any xanthan gum. I don't want any tapioca starch. I don't want any yeast in my products. So that's just for me and my family. So I just try to make it super clean. So I'm going with an organic oat flour that's mold-free, that's clean, and that's what I do. Or I just blend my own oats to make it into a powder. And you can get 1 Degree. You could get Anthony's oat flour. Who else has some different oat flours? There's so many brands out there. You know, there really are, and there's always new ones. So I'm just looking for clean flours. Now, Bob's Red Mill and a bunch of companies make a gluten-free flour, but there are different gums in there. I'm okay with some. Like, I'm okay with a little bit of guar gum. I have no issues with that. It's actually a pretty good prebiotic. So that's what I look at. Cassava flour, I'm great with in terms of like an alternative for like avocado Doritos. I know they're not Doritos, but they're like the avocado sea salt chips, right? The Tostito type alternative. And they just have avocado oil and cassava flour. And those are pretty good. But cassava flour for me has never come out well for any type of baking. Maybe it has for you, but it totally flopped for me for pancakes and waffles and those types of things. The cassava flour tortillas, though, my family does use, and that's by Siete. I'm pretty sure. All right. So hopefully that was helpful, Laura. All right, Samantha is up next. Hi, Dr. Brawl. I love eating very spicy food, but sometimes it can leave my esophagus and throat feeling raw and irritated for days. And now I'm worried about a claim I heard that eating too much spicy food can increase the risk of stomach cancer due to the acid reflux. What are your thoughts about this? Thanks so much. I appreciate you. Okay, so yes and no, right? Yes and no. I love eating spicy food. I love it. And I definitely use hot sauce, and I use it liberally, like once or twice a week. There's no doubt about it. My daughters, it's pretty hilarious. Like on Father's Day, they'll find a hot sauce and they'll buy it for me. And I've always loved spicy food, like since I'm probably 10 years old or so. And it's funny because back in the day when I had my office in Boston and I would invite people in for lunch meetings, and we would just go to Life Alive or one of our favorite spots, and Diggins, another one. There was a bunch of ones, and I would always have hot sauce in my desk. And it's because you don't really need to refrigerate hot sauce, like it's its own natural preservative. And so anyway. But here's the thing: if you get acid reflux, or it causes a raw, irritated throat or stomach, it can increase. Doesn't mean you're going to get it, but it can increase chances for cancer. But there is no data. None that definitively shows that spicy foods cause cancer. Now, I will tell you, spicy foods can be an anti-inflammatory, an immune booster, help with the lymphatic system, and a powerful antioxidant, and so much more. So, to a degree, they can be beneficial. Now, of course, you overdo it, you cause stomach irritation. Yes, that is then a breeding ground for mutation in the cells. So it's always kind of like, it's never moderation. It's the level that your body, bioindividuality, is able to tolerate. And I would say for people with histamine issues, spicy food is not ideal for them. And unfortunately, I had to stay away from it for many years until I fixed my histamine issues. Thank you for writing in. Anonymous is up next. Anonymous says, hi, Dr. Brawl. I recently had hernia surgery where they repaired 4 hernias in my abdomen and placed a mesh panel from my sternum down to my belly button to prevent future hernias. I was under general anesthesia for 3 hours and was on pain medication, including Advil, for 2 weeks. After surgery, I'm having extreme stomach and intestinal pain after I eat. It is not tied to any specific food that I eat and does not happen after every meal. I'm wondering if the Advil or other pain medication could have affected my gut and what you suggest to heal. I completed the full CBO protocol right before my surgery and did not have this pain before. Any information or advice that you could provide would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so I want everybody to absolutely remember this, that at stephencabral.com/podcasts, there is a search box. All you need to type in for this one is antibiotics, because there's no doubt you took antibiotics after the surgery. Like, there's just no doubt that they didn't make an incision and they didn't give you antibiotics. They give antibiotics for dental surgery. They give antibiotics for everything. And it's truthfully, they have to because there is a possibility for infection. So antibiotics kill bacteria. That's a good thing, right? But they can also kill good bacteria. And then that's a bad thing because it throws off then your digestive system. So I have a whole podcast that if you're doing this, you should be using the Clean Gut Probiotic and the Healthy Gut Support when taking antibiotics and for at least 4 weeks afterwards, typically 8 to 12. So that is that. Even with the urinary tract infection or anything like that where they give antibiotics, really important. Now, it is very possible that you may need to do the CBO protocol again after the antibiotics. I know it's unfortunate. I know it's not ideal, but maybe you don't. Maybe you could do the modified CBO protocol. What I would say is this. If you want to know for sure, you'll run the Candida metabolic and vitamins test. You can definitely do that, or the bacteria and parasite stool test, but that's a stool test. Most people prefer to run the Candida metabolic and vitamins test. So you obviously, I think that you know how to get that, but if not, go to StephenCabral.com/shop, and that's where all of our labs, all of our protocols, everything lives there. CBO protocol, you name it. So that's that. Now, if you want to try not using the CBO protocol, you may just try using the CBO finisher, which you may have even done post CBO, or maybe you didn't. And so that might be a place to start. But if that doesn't help with the digestive system, getting those probiotics back in there, like very specific probiotics, not just any probiotic strain, and the Healthy Gut Support powder, you can just put that in your shake every day. Then you might need to. But again, the labs will tell you for sure. If you ever want to know for sure, you run the at-home lab test and they tell you for sure, and then we can personalize it, all right? It's unfortunate. I understand where you're coming from, and it's a necessary evil, these antibiotics sometimes, but we wish you all the best, and remember, everything is correctable. All right. Marika is up next, or Marika. Hi, Dr. Rawl. Can you please come up with I have to edit this a little bit so we don't get censored too much. They're not doing as much censoring as they were a couple years ago, but they still are. Can you come up with a C-vid detox? Okay, let's get rid of that other letters there. I'm almost 100% sure that the C-vid shot, that's how I can say it, is what caused my autoimmune Graves' disease. Thanks so much. Regards, Marika. Okay, so again, I can't really get into this. This is more, this is just an area you can't talk on. That's just basically it. Okay, because again, I tried, I want to, but it's not that it's just that I can't, because then all my work is gone. Like that's all for that. And so I just can't. I wish that I could. I wish the world sometimes was a little bit different than it is right now, but I'm also a realist. I'm an optimist, but I'm a realist, and I'm working towards more and more and more. However, this is what I want you to do. Go to StephenCabral.com/the-protocol. All right. So that is everything that I use to rebalance the immune system and fight off viruses. Okay. Next, what I want you to do is run the starter kit. It's coming up with a new name in 2024, but for now, StephenCabral.com/labs or StephenCabral.com/shop, or directly StephenCabral.com/starter-kit. That's going to give you your heavy metals. It's going to give you your mineral levels. It's going to give you your vitamin levels, and it's going to give you your gut health. That's where I recommend that 90% of people start. It's called the starter kit for a reason. Everybody should run it every 6 to 12 months. All your vitamin levels, all your mineral levels. So now you get real personalized support for you. It comes with a full consultation. It comes with a full personalized plan for you. There's literally nothing better. There honestly isn't. I run it myself every 6 months. My daughters run these two labs. So, okay, that's that personalized plan. And then, of course, after you run those labs, then begin the 21-day functional medicine detox. I have a free course on what a functional medicine detox is at StephenCabral.com/courses. Just click on the detox one. It's free. Check that out. And then for the detox that I use in my practice for situations with autoimmune, again, I can't provide any medical advice. I can't provide any medical treatment plans. I can't provide any medical cures. Nothing medical whatsoever. I'm here just to provide my personal recommendations that I would use myself. Okay? So StephenCabral.com/detox is what we use in our practice. All right. That looks like it's it for today. How do we do? Did I get enough questions? Well, let's get in. I want to get in one more, but I'm at my time. All right. We're going to get in more. I have to get in one more question. All right. I've got to get in one more because I always like to get in at least 5. All right. So Lisa's up next. Dear Dr. Cabral, thank you for your generously sharing your expertise. You've helped me immensely on my journey back from chronic fatigue and pain. I'm happy to hear that, Lisa. That's amazing. I find myself at 60 years old with mega stomach and mega colon. I'm assuming from constipation that I was unaware of due to daily bowel movements. Though I weigh about 113 pounds at 5'2", I look like I'm 6 months pregnant. This distension is not from bloat. It is but is a permanent distension, or is it? I never feel full, which is frustrating. I also have lower intestinal microbial overgrowth, which tends to make me constipated, though I'm able to manage this with supplements. I've done all of the relevant EcoLife protocols and detoxes, but can't afford the CBO protocol. Again, please share what you can. Okay, so I want to make this easy, and I want to make it as least expensive as possible. So typically, like I said, 90% of people should begin with a starter kit. StephenCabral.com/starter-kit. It is basically, honestly, at cost. My goal, I've said this, I can't go on a long rant right now. My goal has always been to bring functional medicine to the entire world. It really is. And to get 2 lab tests, to get a full consultation, to get a full personalized plan is very expensive, way more than what we offer the starter kit. My goal is to get this to the world. My goal is that we hope that we help you to a very high degree. You get all the results you're looking for, and then, of course, tell your friends and family. That's ultimately the goal, to spread this, and our RHPs do the same. So you can also run the starter kit with Integrative Health Practitioner Level 2s. But for you, I'm recommending the bacteria and parasite stool test. 100%, that is the one lab I recommend for you so that we can look at what the actual overgrowth is. And then we can begin to say, and you can even take this to your medical doctors if you wanted to. Here is the overgrowth that we found. These are the specific strains. You might even have H. pylori. You might have parasites. We need to run that lab. And so it might take you a little bit of time to save up for it. But these labs are basically at cost. And so you can't find them less anywhere else. You get a consultation by a professional, and you also get a personalized plan for you. So although we can't provide medical advice, we do look at the underlying root causes that lead to these medical-based issues, and hopefully we help you resolve all of these. So thank you, Lisa, for writing in. I appreciate you. I thank you all. I'll be back tomorrow answering more of our community's questions. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.